You don't have to worry about Disney buying us, folks. Unless they decide to offer us lots and lots of cash. You're listening to The Fellas.
All right, back in the saddle again.
Yeah.
I know I always say this, but this time I really mean it. We've gone back to our roots.
Yes.
Watching movies that have no reason
why they were even made
out. Yeah, it's like, you should have stopped this a long time ago.
Yeah.
But we're going to watch it, and like I always like to say, we're going to suffer through it so that you don't have to.
Yes, we are a public help service.
Exactly. We should be getting like tax exempt status.
I know. Because we are doing what you don't want to do, and it's waste your time.
Oh yeah, you're damn right about that. Hey everybody, so today we saw Saw. It's called Spiral from the book of Saw.
Yes.
There's another movie called Spiral already. When you have an indie low-budget movie that is a critical success, it is a diamond in the rough. It had no business happening, but it stood out so well amongst the bloated Hollywood pieces of shit. And then Hollywood comes in, throws a bunch of money at whoever came up with it, and just basically rapes the living shit out of the franchise.
Yep.
What other kind of indie movies ended up doing the exact same thing?
Being blockbusters? Blair Witch Project.
There you go. Blair. How many fucking sequels did they have? Like 5?
You had so many sequels.
It had no business. Honestly, it had no business making 2. You could have stopped on 2.
Yeah.
But it had no business. Another one of my favorites, Hostel. After the first Hostel, there was no reason to make any other Hostels. They just kept fucking going. And it became a joke.
The current one we're dealing with right now is The Purge.
Don't even get me started on that. The first Purge was great.
Yep.
It was absolutely great. The first Purge was just a day in a life.
Yep.
We're in a society with this fucked up law, and here's just a day in a life of some random wasps in their nice neighborhood when the day comes up. Great. And then when part 2 came out, and I saw part 2, I said, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, part 2 was, I saw exactly where it was going. I was like, oh god.
And they were coming out at every single Halloween, a new Saw was coming out.
Yeah.
For about 7 years straight.
And the worst part is, just like all these other movies, the first Saw was a diamond in the rough.
Yep.
It didn't have as much direction. It was pretty cool that it only focused on 2 guys. There was just 2 guys in the room, no one else. But still, it was cool. It was kind of like a mind game. Usually, when you make the sequel, it's worse. I'm one of the few people, I love Saw, I'm one of the few people who thinks that Saw Part 2 was actually better than Part 1.
Wow. Yeah, Part 2 was actually really good. It didn't deviate too much from the norm of the first one.
It expanded, but it stayed with the same principle, and that principle was a guy who's upset. It's a guy who's dying.
Yeah.
He has no choice but to watch himself slowly die, and he looks around himself and sees so many people who just don't value life.
Yeah.
Their passion for being alive went away for whatever reason. And the whole point of his diabolical machinations is to get people to reconnect with their passion. Something, anything to make you fucking passionate. How valuable is your life? How far are you going to go? And part 2 really, really emphasized that with part 2. And then part 3, when part 3 came out,
it was a mess.
I said, oh no.
Yeah.
It wasn't horrible. With part 3, you kind of could have said, okay, I can give it a pass because it wasn't Jigsaw. It was a copycat. And when Jigsaw found out about what the copycat was doing, he was pissed because it was a girl who was his protege. But she was setting up the traps so that people could not escape.
There was no choice. Yeah.
So even if they did the stuff he said they had to do, to get to the doors welded shut.
Yeah.
And when Jigsaw found out, Jigsaw was
irate.
I fucking pissed. He was fucking furious. But all the others after that was just murder porn.
The thing is, with most of these movies, they were the first of its kind of genre style. So the Blair Witch was the first kind of
found footage.
And they made a big stink back in the time in the early internet days to make it seem like these were real people.
I thought the shit was real.
I thought the shit was real too.
I'm not even a lie. I thought the shit was real.
And people don't understand that now that it's been out for so many years. People thought it was found footage. They marketed it like it was real, that these kids existed and these kids died. And that was a $50,000 investment that those kids did, and it blew up.
Yeah.
Same thing with Hostel is the first kind of stylistic version of that genre.
Hostel was the first, I am just gonna show you gore until you vomit.
Yeah.
And unlike the old Romero days, yeah, there was lots of gore in that too, but it would always do the gore with the old Romero movies. It would do the gore in a way in which you would kind of disconnect.
Yeah.
Because, these zombies are ripping this guy's guts out. These cannibals are attacking and going to kill this girl. These were people that you didn't really care about.
Yeah.
These were people that you didn't care about and you could not relate to in any way. So yeah, it was murder porn, but it was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Hostel, I didn't want to leave the fucking country. After I saw Hostel, I'm like, that could be me. These aren't people that I hate. These aren't people that deserved it. These aren't people that put themselves in this position.
Yep.
Those kids got killed at Camp Crystal Lake. Well, they shouldn't have been there. People die at fucking Camp Crystal Lake every year. Why the fuck people keep going down there?
I don't know.
That's their fault.
Yeah.
These zombies fucking ripped this guy apart. Shouldn't have been around zombies.
Shouldn't have been out there in the first place.
That's fucking on you. But Hostel just raised it up to a new level where I legit saw people getting up and walking out of the theater.
Yeah.
There were scenes. I turned my face. I can't fucking watch this.
Yeah. But the ending was very satisfying when you actually got to it.
Yeah, I think that ending was just a little bit of catharsis in Hostel. See him kill that one guy who kind of put him in that situation.
Yeah.
But it totally wasn't necessary to be in there. But I was fine with that. But, once it got past that, the super secret organization is going around the world and yanking American kids up. Yeah. Fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah.
Spiral basically follows in the tradition of Saw movies that are no longer trying.
And he also wants you to know that Chris Rock executive produced this movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was saying to myself, man, with Chris Rock's acting, I don't think he got paid.
No,
shit
I don't think
he took a paycheck.
I think Chris Rock was on a list of actors. He's typecast. He can only do Adam Sandler movies, and he could.
But that's his fucking fault. Adam Sandler movies are nothing but a fucking cash grab.
Yeah,
anybody trying to further their career,
or
he's nothing but has-beens.
He's that character that's just like somebody that no one respects, and he's got to come up until what was that last movie? Yeah, that I remember.
Shit with the mice.
Shit with the mice. That's right. And before that, he did the last movie I could remember him being in was the fucking when he becomes president.
No. Grown Ups Part 2 came out.
Oh yeah, that's right. Grown Ups Part 2.
That shit when he was supposed to be president, that shit wasn't funny.
Bernie Mac was on that as his brother, right?
Yeah, I'd probably vote for Bernie Mac and then regret it right after I pulled the lever. But still, I was like, am I supposed to? It's supposed to be like a Mr. Smith goes to Washington sort of deal. And I was like, nah, it wasn't funny to me, and it just wasn't that fucking good.
And then I remember his acting being better in that movie than in this one.
His acting's better in any movie besides this one. I mean, he really, really phoned this shit in. Everything he did was phoning it in.
I think he was trying not to look like a comedian, but I couldn't stop to think that his face hurt a lot.
Okay. Here's the thing, because we're going to get into that. Because it was only when you pointed that out, I couldn't enjoy any scene that had Chris Rock on the fucking screen.
That's like the whole movie.
I was just looking at his face, and it was making my face hurt. My face hurts now.
Yeah.
My face actually, I'm not even fucking around. My face actually hurts.
I think he got acting tips from Vin Diesel because there's no way he rested his face an entire fucking film. No way.
No.
And when I caught him resting, 2 seconds later, he went back to that glare.
Right back to bitter beer face. See, here we got to explain the plot to explain what we're talking about with his face. See, in this one, Chris Rock is a hard-nosed police detective who's constantly angry because he's in a very corrupt precinct, and he ratted out a cop who shot someone, and because of that, all the other cops are just basically treating him like shit. Now, his dad is the retired chief of police, and, he's got his captain is like the only person on his side, but everyone else fucking hates him because he's a rat. Now, the Spiral guy, which is a copycat of Saw, is kidnapping and torturing cops who were dirty cops.
Yep.
I'm saying and you would assume after the second dirty cop has been yanked up and tortured that you'd pick up a fucking pattern. Especially when he's sending you videotapes saying, I killed this cop because he's dirty.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be like, okay, I understand there's a such thing as the blue shield.
Yeah.
But we got to cut the shit. Who's dirty? And we're going to put you guys in the fucking protective custody.
Yeah.
Until we figure this shit out.
Put y'all motherfuckers in a cell himself for a little bit.
Or put you somewhere where he will come to you and use you as bait.
Yep.
But, they kill like fucking 6 goddamn cops. It's like, look, everybody knows they're dirty. I understand cops don't turn on cops.
Yeah.
But when you're getting fucking murdered, I will go to the chief and say, yo, I banged a hooker and shot her pimp.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm probably going to be next. I need you to either put me in a jail cell or I'm going to go to the airport right now and get a plane ticket. Deuce.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm leaving the goddamn state.
I'm going to take my sabbatical right now.
Yeah, so it's all about Chris Rock and his new partner, who's the wet behind the ears rookie, who apparently went straight from the police academy to detective.
Yeah.
He's never been a beat cop. I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah, that's impossible, by
But,
the way.
he's with the rookie, and he's like, oh, it's this saw case, a spiral thing. And then there's, as always, there's a twist at the end of the movie.
Not much of one anyways.
Not much of one, because I guarantee you,
But
unless you're some sort of a stoner in college, within the first 20 minutes of the movie, you're going to have a very, very, very short list of who is the new Jigsaw.
Yeah, and the formula is done such in a really lackadaisical way that you can pretty much figure out who it is very quickly.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Absolutely. And once you do that, you're just waiting for the reveal, knowing who it's going to be, and then he reveals them, and you're just kind of like rolling your eyes and be like, oh, well, didn't see that coming.
I gotta say, the biggest culprit in this entire movie is the pacing and the dialogue. Was the fucking worst.
Well, that was the worst, but I will also, I don't know, man. I will say the writing pretty bad because Chris Rock's character was not very believable.
Yes.
And there's a couple reasons for that.
Yeah.
Most of them were cosmetic. Number one, they were doing their best to de-age Chris Rock.
Yeah, he's supposed
to. And the reason they wanted to de-age him is because, Sam Jackson is supposed to be his dad. I was like, well, these motherfuckers are basically the same fucking age.
They're old as shit.
Yeah, so you gotta de-age Chris Rock, but unfortunately, we don't have that Will Smith. What was that movie he was in? Where he was killing a clone of himself who was younger?
Gemini Man.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't got that Gemini Man money.
Yeah, no, we don't got that budget.
Yeah, so
we don't got that budget at all.
So what they're gonna do, they dyed the shit out of his hair, which bothered me, man. It was like every fucking time I see Chris Rock, he's got fucking gray hair. All that shit's been dyed out, so he looks ridiculous. Then on top of that, I guess they just put a bunch of makeup on him to get rid of his wrinkles.
Yep.
But he looks like we're going into Uncanny Valley territory. It looks like he Botox the shit out of himself.
Freaking this guy.
He looks weird, man. His face is so fucking smooth. It's off. And then another thing that bothered me, we're talking about the scrunch. Now, I want you to imagine, Ray, I want you to imagine.
Okay.
Too. I want you to imagine that, let's say I'm sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
Like thigh to thigh.
Okay.
We're just sitting
Okay.
like on the couch or something.
Okay.
And let's say I silently rip a fart. Now this fart would be reminiscent of someone eating like a rabbit.
Okay.
Whole.
Okay.
And then downing that with hot sauce.
Oh, okay.
And then brown staining your pants
Ooh.
with the fart.
That smells probably like shit.
Yeah. I mean, just the worst. Now,
The
imagine-
rancid kind, or the
Yes.
one that's been brewing, like your enzymes really haven't had time to really break it down.
That's what I'm thinking.
And-
The type where it could not be broken down.
and
Yes.
it just said, "Fuck it, we got an emergency. Expel this shit. We just
Yeah,
had
we're
to
not-
get it out."
We're not going on paper sack brown shit. We're
Oh.
going collard green.
So we're gonna
Green
need
shit.
So we're gonna not need 1-ply. We're gonna need 2-ply for sure.
Yes.
And we're gonna have to
And
dab it with
also-
some water
Yeah,
to make
and
sure.
and
everything-
also a second wipe. You know,
Okay.
you wipe one time, you throw it in.
Yeah.
But you reach over, you grab another bunch. That second wipe.
The second wipe.
Because we got some liquid
Yeah.
action going.
Okay. But in that term, you may need to go for 3rd or 4th wipe for verification. You got everything.
Well, I don't want to clog the fucking toilet.
No. You flush. You
All
flush.
right. But now you got to wait for the water to come all the way back up. You
Yeah.
know what? Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Better safe. If it's that bad,
Yeah.
we'll make 4 wipes.
Yeah. Okay.
But the stench that would come out from that. Now imagine that stench, and you viewers at home, you participate
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Imagine that stench is going right up into your nostrils like a Ren and Stimpy cartoon.
Oof.
Imagine it going right up into your nostrils, and I want you to imagine the face you would make. I want you to make that face right now
Oof.
when that
My
smell
God.
comes up.
Oh.
Now, I bet right now you scrunching your face up. Your face is getting tight.
Oh.
You just, oh God,
You
it's
get
getting
that.
tight.
You
Like-
get that divot in the middle of the bridge of your nose.
Right. Like
yeah.
your eyes are above your nose, but when you scrunch it up, it feels like your eyes are dripping like to where your nostrils are.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how hard you scrunch up your face.
Your nostrils have to flare just to try to stop the motion of the air going in.
Right, exactly. Now, I want you to make that face, and I want you to hold that face for 2 minutes, and then I want you to imagine that you're making a movie.
Yes.
And someone's like, yeah, you gotta hold that pose for every fucking scene, which is probably gonna be like 20 minutes.
Well, shit. I mean, what if you have to act through emotion through it? Sadness.
You just scream.
Anger.
You just scream.
Pain.
That's why they wanted him to have, because think about it, his character's always angry, right?
Yes.
And I was saying, I don't like that, that's stupid, because it doesn't, the whole thing with the Saw mythos is I want you to get your passion back. At one point you were passionate, now you're not passionate. Where Chris Rock's character's passionate, he's angry all the fucking time. The reason he's always angry from a director's point of view is, man, if you're gonna scrunch up that face,
scrunch them some more.
You can't smile, you can't do any other range of emotion with that scrunched up face.
You can't do it.
Fuck it, we'll just make you angry all the goddamn time.
Well,
and then you look at it and you're like, man, every time I saw his face, I just, my face hurt.
It wouldn't rest. It bothered me so. It bothered me so much that I'm trying to do what he did through the whole movie and express any other feeling and passion, and I can't do it.
Because all you could think is like, if anyone comes into your house with that face, first words out of your mouth, hey, you good?
What the fuck's your problem, man?
You all right?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say what the fuck's your problem. Like, oh, you look angry. Oh, you look distressed. Like, you got shit? Go to the fucking bathroom.
He had to take a shit.
It's like, you good, man? Why you looking like that?
And I don't know if you noticed, but he looked like he was trying to hit the gym for this role.
Oh, he probably was.
Because he can't be a detective and be scrawny the way he normally is.
Right.
So he's trying to, have some intimidation factor. He's trying to walk in there all swole. I don't know if you noticed that he was trying to lock his arms and flex as he walked.
Right. Well,
it made me uncomfortable.
A lot of shit made me uncomfortable.
I just couldn't look at him in the face because he tried to act, and the moments where he had to rest his face, he had glasses on.
Right. Well, my whole thing was this Saw didn't have a message. Well, they stopped having a message after part. How many Saws were there?
I think there were 7 fucking Saws.
I think I stopped watching after 4. And part 4 was the last one that actually had the original Jigsaw alive. He died at the end of part 4. But part 4 was the last one in which they were actually trying to have people make a change in their life. I'm going to bring you in and do this to make you appreciate life, make you appreciate your life.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I remember part 4, this guy, his daughter got hit and killed by a drunk driver, and because of that his life went to shit, and he was depressed, and his wife left him just because he just spent his entire life in a funk.
Yeah.
And Jigsaw kidnapped all the people who were involved in the hit and run. Like, he kidnapped the guy who did the hit and run, the high-priced lawyer who got the guy off, the fucking judge and all this and that. And he put the guy in a position where each time he wants to go through a room, he has the opportunity to kill them.
Shit.
And a lot of times it's like, I don't care, fucking let him die. And Jigsaw's like, all right. But as it's going on, some of the people are begging him, like, please, and this and that, and whatever. And after a while, he starts actually trying to help people, but he was like half-assedly trying to help them, and it got to the point like the last, before he got to the main one, the last one, he nearly killed himself to try to save the person, because he was like, you know what, it ain't worth it, these people dying isn't gonna make me feel better. And then when he got to the last person, it was the actual drunk driver, and he showed him, he's like, hey, did you know that this kid who ran over your kid was actually a promising medical school student? He was celebrating the fact that he was about to graduate, and once all this was done, he was so racked with guilt, he became like a coke addict. He was a black kid.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was the first kid to come out of his community and graduate and get away from the streets
and do all these good things.
Everybody was so proud. But because this happened and he was so guilt-stricken, he got addicted to crack, and he lost his scholarship, and he flunked out, and he just fucking sleeps on the street. It basically showed him his life went to shit.
Yeah.
Because of the guilt that he carried for what he did. And the guy was like, I thought I was the only one that was affected by this. I thought I was the only one that gave a shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, but you never bothered trying to reach out to anyone. You just wallowed in self-pity.
See, there was a message.
Yeah, he's like, you just wallowed in self-pity, and because of that, your life has gone by. Because your life you felt was not worth having. A life that people should be so happy to have, you felt wasn't worth having just because you didn't have your daughter. And you allowed, because of this, you pushed your wife away, you lost your wife. All this great future you had ahead of you, you threw it away because you're wallowing in self-pity. But look around you, look at all these other people who are just as bad off. And he was like, now is your chance to forgive him. You can forgive him or you can kill him. And he looked at the black kid and he was like, you know what, I forgive you. I forgive you for what you did. And then he cut the kid's head off. Why he killed him after he forgave him, it wasn't Jigsaw, but the guy, he killed him. And because he killed him, a bomb went off that was a collar that his wife had. The collar went off, which... no. It wasn't the black kid he forgave. Sorry. He forgave Jigsaw. Yeah. And he cut Jigsaw's head off. He tried to save the black kid. Yeah. He nearly died trying to save the black kid. But he forgave Jigsaw for what he was doing. And he killed Jigsaw, and because he killed Jigsaw, a collar that was attached to his wife's neck went off. He ended up killing his wife. Yeah. But either way, Jigsaw was trying to make him realize, look, life is still worth living. Go back to being the guy you used to be. But that was like the last Saw movie that was like that.
Well, there's fucking 9 movies of this shit.
Jesus Christ.
They saw 1, 2, and 3, which I was right. They came out every year from 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, and 2010, which was the last one, and then 2 more that came out just recently.
2017 was Jigsaw, and then
which I knew it came out, but I didn't really care about because I didn't really think it was like an actual movie.
Nobody cared about Saw anymore.
Yeah, so I was like, okay.
Back to my original point. Say, okay, well, this guy, this detective, he's already passionate about life. So what's the deal? What is this supposed to be about? What I would have preferred is if he was passionate. He's like, I'm going to be a good cop and clean up the department, blah, 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 this, that, whatever. I'm passionate as all shit. And then when he saw corruption going on, he was trying to fight the corruption, and then he took it to the highest level by testifying against his father, chief of police. Like, he's dirty, I'm going to name names, this, that, and the other thing, whatever. And he took him down, but because of that, absolutely no cop will work with him. Even though there's still good cops in there, good or bad or whatever, nobody's going to work for him. So he's like, I did the right thing, and this is how I was rewarded. And plus, my dad is my hero. My dad's the reason I joined the force, and he was a bad guy? Yeah. You know what, man? Fuck this. I'm putting in the bare minimum. Yeah. And that would have been it. Like, you've been here, you were the highest rising star, and now the past 3 years, nothing but the bare minimum. People got to beg you to put some effort into a case. What is this guy doing? Every time he got a cop, he would send a video taunting Chris Rock's character. Yeah. And he would constantly say things like, am I getting under your skin, detective? Things like that. And I would have had it little by little.
Him losing his shit.
Yeah, he's getting that emotion back because he's being filled with righteous fury, and he's like, I'm going to bust this fucking guy, no matter what it takes. Leading all the way up to the climactic thing. Right here, spoiler warning. You don't want the spoiler warning, go to about 3 minutes before the podcast is over. That should be when we judge it. It goes right up to the climax where Chris Rock's father is abducted by the guy, and it's like, okay, now my passion's back. Now I'm gonna bust this guy. I'm gonna fucking take him down. But I genuinely thought the ending of this was kind of dog shit.
Yeah, it was very much dog shit.
Yeah,
to describe to you what this movie is in entirety, it would be you going to your local fair, and your local fair has a certain amount of rides that are exciting and thrilling. Okay. Once you get there, you realize there's no double loop, there's no gravitron, there's just like empty, thrillless rides.
Okay, so what you're saying is this is a fair. You're like, oh, it's a fair. You go to the fair, and you're like, yeah, it's a fair, but it ain't the Dade County Youth Fair.
No, it's not the Dade County Youth Fair by any stretch.
Dade County Youth Fair, I got that double loop. Yeah. I got that gravitron.
That's right.
This is just a fair that's inside, it's in the parking lot at the mall.
At the mall or a strip mall that's abandoned. Yeah. Like all of a sudden you drive by there's a fair. It's like, oh shoot,
it's
in
the parking lot though. Yeah. It's not in the mall, it's like in the parking lot. Yeah. It's like, oh shit, it's a fair.
And you get there and you park your car and you realize it's fucking expensive. Yeah. To get 12 tickets to ride 3 rides.
Yeah, the kiddie coaster.
Yeah, the kiddie coaster. It's $10. I'm like, what the fuck? And you feel like you've been kidnapped, but yet you're there willingly. And this movie does that to us because we're kidnapped by COVID, halting productions on actual films we want to see. Yeah. And we're having to rent this shit on Amazon for an exorbitant amount. And you realize that why the fuck did I do this in the first place? To blow money on this.
Yeah. Now imagine if you had to get up, take a shower, drive all the way to the movie theater, and deal with some loud talking ass kids.
You can.
I won't.
If you go to the theater and want to see this shit, you can do that. But I don't see anybody wanting to.
Yeah.
It's just like when you drive by those fairs, there's still a steady stream of traffic driving right past it.
Yeah.
And there's a few people that decide to stop by and get ripped off.
That would have been so much more poignant with him saying, I'm going to bring this guy's emotion back.
I gotta be honest with everybody. I wanted to fucking eject from this within 5 minutes of his face not fucking changing.
Well, I could tell when you wanted to eject because you started talking about stuff in the movie, talking to me, whatever. And instead of my grunting annoyed, like annoyingly grunting at you and going back to paying attention to the movie, I just started talking too. And we were talking nonstop.
Yeah.
What's wrong with his face? Looks like he smelled shit.
Yeah.
Oh, this is goofy. Why the fuck is he? I feel like a stereotypical black person in the theater. Don't go in there. Don't go in there, boy. Look at that motherfucker. I told him.
I say, could that cop taste anymore after his tongue is ripped out?
And I said, that's a very good discussion, Ray. Let me pull out my phone and go to Google.
Yeah, serious. Can he taste any food anytime after that?
No, he cannot.
First of all, like, all the murderous scenes were done not on screen. Not if you think about it.
Well, you mean like they were kind of shying away from the graphic nature?
Yeah.
Not the thing with the fingers.
Yeah, they were doing that thing that they used to do in the Bourne Identity where they would just chop up the scene to make it look a lot of action's really going on, but really nothing's really going on.
Well,
and so they're shaking the camera and they're flaring back and forth.
But I think there's a reason for that. I think the reason for that is because honestly, as far as Saw setting up scenarios to put people in, this shit was lazy.
This was lazy and too abstract. Nothing was...
Yeah, these deaths were lazy. And when I say lazy, I don't just mean how he was killing the people, like what it was supposed to symbolize. Like, oh, I've got this thing set up to your tongue. You've gone on the stand and you've given false testimony. So you have to rip your tongue out or be hit by a train. All right.
I'm on the tracks. I could see the fucking train coming. It's not a hard decision.
Well, yeah, but I'm like, his hands were loose. I would have reached up and grabbed the chain that was holding me and hoisted myself up on that chain, even if I'm upside down.
Yeah.
I would have hoisted myself up on that chain. And I think you were like, well,
if you slip, what
if the chain can't hold his body weight? Then it snaps and I'm free.
Well, that's true. You know, like, thought about that. Or
the guy who had his fingers ripped off, he's like, okay, you're in a pool of water. The tub that you're in only goes up probably like to your shin.
Yeah.
Okay, and your fingers are stuck in this thing, so you can't really get up and walk out, and you have to keep your mouth closed. As long as your mouth is closed, the thing is going to pull, and it'll pull your fingers off, and he can get out, because the tub is filling up with water, and there's loose wires there. And I was like, well, the tub's not very high. What's to stop him from just standing up and then putting his legs over the side so that his body's not in the tub?
That's a good point.
Because the only thing that was immobile was his fingers.
Yeah.
Or, we get the electrical thing. Well, if the thing's going to touch the water, then clearly it's where he is. Why don't you kick it? Well, your shoes are going to be, the soles of your shoes are going to be insulated.
Yeah.
I would have taken it, put it on there, and rubbed it up against the side so it's out.
The other one that I just realized right now, just thinking about the whole trap, it was fucking stupid. They get one of the, spoiler warning here, they get the captain. She's in this contraption where they're pouring hot wax over her face, and there's a metal rod. That how does a metal rod know that she severed her spinal cord or not?
I was assuming that if she pushes her neck back against it hard enough that it was supposed to go down, but I'm like, yeah, but if it severs your spine,
how does he know
it's not going to go down? It just cut through your skin. You can't push your neck through the fucking table.
Yeah.
So if it goes up through your spine, it's still up. It's like, how is that supposed to turn it off? Because she was rubbing her head back and forth.
And Chris Rock comes in there and starts banging on her chest. I mean, if she wasn't dead, she'd be dead now.
And the thing that got me is like, okay, he puts a towel over the top of her face so that the wax will just burn her up. And the first thing I'm thinking is, okay, that wax, as soon as that wax port starts to touch my head, I'm going to turn my head sideways. It's not going to save me, but getting burns on the side of your head won't kill you.
Yeah.
She died basically because she suffocated. I'm like, yo, fucking turn your head. Let the wax just go in your ears and shit. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And that last one with his dad.
Oh, God. That was goofy.
Is he a med student? How is he able or capable of draining his blood into number of those jars to drain them out and know the exact amount of time left to live? I thought.
How did he time it for Chris Rock to get there before he bleeds out?
Yeah, exactly. I thought.
Oh, by the way, Jigsaw is his part.
Yeah. We figured that shit out.
Look, fucking 20 minutes into it. I said it's either his partner or his dad.
Yeah.
Who did you say?
I thought it was his partner or the chief of police.
Yeah, the 90-pound woman is basically beating guys up and dragging them in there. But then again, that is what they did for Saw fucking Part 3.
Shit,
the young chick apparently was beating people up and dragging them in.
So I was like, I thought his dad was gonna be torn apart into 5 places. You know, like his arms and legs would just came off, like ripped right off, because his arms and legs were actually like in literally steel cages. Mm-hmm. I thought his body was gonna be torn apart, and I thought last time Sam Jackson died in a movie since Deep Blue Sea. I'm like,
shark ate him.
The shark ate him.
Yeah,
that was beautiful. But he got Akira in this one, and if you don't know what Akira means, is when a whole bunch of police officers just gunned the shit out of you.
Yeah, it's I like to call it make them dance.
Oh, okay.
What I call that, whenever I see that, when saying someone got Akira, I say he got bands to make him dance.
Oh,
that's what I always say.
Shit,
bands to make him dance. He just start dancing around. That last Saw thing was disappointing. The ending was disappointing. Oh, why is the copycat doing it? Because he hates dirty cops and he wants Chris Rock to join him. It's like, okay, what part of when you were riding along with him as his partner, seeing him go ape shit and go out of his way to stop this, and the guy says on multiple occasions, oh, he's just a dirty cop, maybe we should let him get killed, and Chris Rock is like, no, we're not doing that. We're not gonna help somebody kill cops and blah blah blah. And then it gets to the end, he's like, hey, it's been me the whole time because I hate dirty cops and you hate dirty cops and we can work together. And it's like, why in the name of all that is fuck would you have thought he'd be okay with this? And he's
You're breaking the law, man.
For the last one, take this gun. You can either shoot me or you can shoot this thing that'll let your dad down. Okay, but he let him down and he still had a trap set that would have gotten him killed anyway.
So it didn't matter. Yeah. But I gotta tell you one thing: the best actor in this whole movie is Samuel L. Jackson. And Samuel L. Jackson, he did the standard Samuel L. Jackson shit. He cursed. He had a few good lines.
Dropped the N-bomb 18 times.
Yeah. He dropped it.
He beat up fucking news reporters.
Yeah, beat up news reporters. He did what he needed to do.
Okay, what kind of alternate fucking reality is this where some chief of police can get away with this type of shit?
And at the end of the day, he looked better with the fucking mustache than he did without it.
Oh yeah, the Cleveland Brown?
Yeah.
That's what they call those now.
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns.
That type of mustache?
Yeah.
It's Cleveland Brown.
Shit.
Family Guy.
Let's review this. This is the first time I agree with Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, what did Rotten Tomatoes give it? Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing. Rotten Tomatoes is still doing the sort of normal thing it does, which constantly pisses me off. The critics gave it 37%.
Yep.
Okay. All right. The audience gave it 75%, which I will say this is fair, but they always do this. I'm not gonna go to watch a fucking Saw sequel and then get everything I expected from a Saw sequel and then give them a shitty score because they didn't push me intellectually. Motherfucker, it's Saw. It's Saw. What were you expecting? Oh, it's just a generic hack and slash with an unbelievable plot and nothing but a gore fest. It's fucking Saw.
Look, the only thing that needed the Saw was freaking the surgeons that had to actually just put a whole bunch of Botox in the freaking Chris Rock's face.
Yeah, I don't know if that's makeup or Botox or something, but it is. He
looked like he was constipated and bloated.
Yeah, he has no wrinkles whatsoever. He looks like a fucking anime character. But look, audience score of 75%. I probably wouldn't have given it that because I think Saw could be better,
much better.
But at the same time, I can understand a 75% because I'm getting exactly what I expected. Saw fell off a long fucking time ago.
Yeah, about how many sequels ago? About 7?
Yeah, Saw fell off 7 movies ago. So if I walked in now, shame on me. Not shame on Saw, shame on me. I got what I came for. And I would look at this and say, yeah, I got what I came for. Could it have been better? Absolutely.
Final Destination was like that's another one that was like
no, Final Destination, here's the thing.
After
the first one was
great.
Was supposed to be poignant.
Yeah.
It was good. After that, I think they realized, like, you know what, man? Everybody's laughing at us and they're laughing at this. You know what? Let's turn into the skid, okay? Let's play some yakety sax in the background and just make the goofiest, stupidest ways of dying. Oh, God. I will never forget where the kid was in the drive-thru.
No.
The kid was in the drive-thru and the car behind him hit him and the fucking engine block flew out of the car, hit him in the back of the bed with the fucking fan still going, and diced up his goddamn skull. I fucking lost it, dude. I saw that in theaters. I fucking lost it, man. I lost my shit. And this is supposed to be a thriller.
Final Destination.
A horror / thriller. And everybody in that goddamn theater was rolling. And that's all Final Destination is. What's the most convoluted way we can kill somebody? And I fucking love it. But I will never forget. What scene were you going to say in Final Destination?
Oh, when I think it was like, he just figured out that it was a death that he had to beat or something like that. And he was in a room all alone and he wasn't eating or sleeping because anything that he did would kill him.
Which one was
that?
This?
I think that was like the third one, where he was like his paranoia has got to him, so he was like fucking just stop. He couldn't do anything.
Just wouldn't eat or
sleep.
sleep.
He would eat or sleep. He was just fucking up. Oh my goodness.
Well, that'll definitely do it. So, all right, let's rate this. I'll rate it first. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, this strayed about as far away from the roots of Saw as you could. But again, that was fucking 6-7 movies ago.
Yeah.
You know, we all saw that coming. In no way whatsoever should this have been shown in the theater.
No way.
And that's really because every single person besides Sam Jackson was phoning this shit in. And fucking Chris Rock is one of the goddamn producers. You would think even he gives a fuck, but apparently not.
I think he said to the director, "I'm gonna try to be tough. I want to be this. I want this to be one of my Taken films. You know, trying to be, a big shot. John Wick. Trying to be something. Break the glass ceiling of him. He wants to be an action star.
Wick. Yeah. And he thought if he gets angry enough, he can do that. But no, he didn't pull it off. So what I will do, I will give this a low rental.
Ooh,
because I did get my Saw.
Yeah,
I got my Saw, and for me to get my Saw, I'm expecting best case scenario, because Saw has fallen off.
Yep. Best
case scenario, I'm expecting a high rental. But then I get my Saw. Delivery man comes, hey, you ordered a Saw? Yeah, I get my Saw. Look at it like, yo, it's cold. The cheese is runny. I asked for no pepperoni. There's pepperoni on it. What the fuck is this? My bad. We'll make it free of charge.
Okay.
So I get the Saw for free.
Okay.
Because he fucked up the order. And I'm going to eat it, but I'm eating some shit I didn't want. But whatever. Pizza's pizza. You're going to eat it. And this is like Saw is Saw.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
And so I'll give it a low rental as opposed to a high rental.
Yeah.
A low rental.
AT&T makes it nice and easy for me.
How so?
They've been putting out marketably decent films out, like Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
Okay. Godzilla. And I didn't have to pay an additional charge for this.
Okay.
So this should have been on Netflix.
They're doing what Disney should have been doing.
No one wants fucking pay extra money for fucking Mulan.
Hey, you ready for that Mulan? Yeah.
No,
all right.
I'm not
extra $30.
Paying to see that shit.
You ready for that Cruella de Vil? Yeah. Extra $30.
Nah, fuck that.
What the fuck? You can pay an extra $30 for shit you're already paying for.
They already got me paying for ESPN Plus and Hulu, which I gotta fucking sit through the ads in that damn bundle.
I didn't know there was ads on there.
On Hulu?
If you're paying for Hulu and ESPN, I assumed that there was no ads.
No, there's ads. That's why.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's not Disney Plus
they're double
bundle.
dipping.
They're double and triple dipping.
Oh, Lordy.
People are getting smart to this shit, man. I'm gonna give this a very, very, very disgusted low rental.
Damn, dude. I ain't gonna be hateful about it. I mean, I'm disappointed, but I expect
this should have been on Netflix. Crying out loud, man. This should have been on Netflix.
What was this on again?
This was on Premium Plus on freaking Amazon, man.
Amazon, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Amazon just bought this shit from somebody else.
Nah, it is the distributor. It's fuck it, man.
It is what it is. What are you gonna do?
So this is gonna be a low rental.
very low rent.
If you want to see Chris Rock act or try to act constipated for an hour and a half long, this is the movie for you.
I still say it's not contemplated. Somebody ripped one.
No.
You want to see him with stank, bitter beer face for an hour and a half. There you go.
All right, don't forget to visit us on our website, g2ta.net and gottatalkabout.com, and don't forget to subscribe. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, ooh.
Big connect.
Big connect.
I shouldn't be laughing. I lost money.
I know, me too.
I actually lost money in that shit.
You know, that was back in the day when fucking cryptocurrency was in the fucking Wild West. People were bringing up websites and bringing down websites on the laser online.
Bring up the website just long enough to get all your shit.
Fucking,
and then that website's gone.
They're fucking gone. That's why I see all these people coming up with all these freaking garbage coins, and they're saying, "Oh, just join our little micro website and shit, and invest your money here." Like, nope, I ain't doing that shit. Y'all motherfuckers could lose your money.
You know what? We should have a G2A coin.
Oh,
put that shit out. Yo, everybody, we just put the coin out. Get it while it's hot. Get it while it's hot.
Get it.
5 days after that coin is out, how much is they sold for? Okay, shut it.
No, even better.
I'll sell off all my coins.
Even better. We got 50 trillion coins. Mm-hmm. No, sorry. 500 trillion coins. And if it reaches to a penny, you'll be a gazillionaire.
There you go.
Yeah. Fucking insanity.
All right, we gotta do this. Let's do this.